Night Football game. The Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Rams. We're both going to go ahead and take the Raiders here.
Yeah.
I think Baker's starting. I mean, come on.
It's never a good idea to bet on Baker Mayfield.
You're telling me a not good quarterback is going to come to a team that's not good as well and win? I don't see it. And the Raiders are playing good football right now.
They are.
It'd be different if the Raiders also sucked. I'd say they may have a chance, maybe because they're at home.
Yeah.
No, the Raiders are also really bad too. So I'll go ahead. Or I'm sorry, the Raiders are also playing really well.
Yeah.
Rams are really bad.
Well, the thing is with the Raiders, they're starting to finally catch
They're starting to click.
Catch some momentum. They're starting to roll a little bit.
Absolutely. So we're both going to go take the Raiders. All right, let's go with the Vikings at the Lions. The Lions are actually favored by 2.5.
Which is crazy.
Nuts. That's insane.
Is that home field then, I guess?
I guess. That brings us to our first bet. And since betting the Vikings plus points is not going to net you a whole lot of money, I think they win outright, and they're plus money on the money line. They're plus 114.
Yeah.
So I'd say skip the spread, and I'd jump right to the money line. So first bet here is plus 114 for the Vikings on the money line. We both are taking the Vikings. Look, I get it. There's spots. They're tough spots in the NFL. I don't really think this is one of them, though. I get they played like a physical game against the Jets, and I know that the Lions just boat raced Jacksonville. But does that mean a lot? Does it now mean a lot in Vegas when you crush the Jags? Because it never has.
I don't think it should.
I don't think it should either.
I'm not sure what that line's on.
I don't know, but I think
I like Vikings.
The Vikings are a significantly more talented team, and I'm going to ride with that.
Just take it outright, yeah.
All right, let's go with the Eagles at the Giants. We're both going to go ahead and take the Eagles here. First of all, I think they're a better team, and let's be real, the Giants have kind of lost their way on offense a little bit. They were a primarily running team to start the year. Look, teams know that. You got, 13 weeks of film now. It's just not going, I guess 12 weeks for them. It's just not going as they thought it would at this point in the year. That's fine. They're still 7-4-1, well above 500. They're still a fine team, but they're not on the same level as Philly. I think Philly wins by, 2 touchdowns probably?
Yeah, I would think so. I don't think it's going to be all that close. I mean, Jalen's playing on a different level right now.
Yeah. Let's go with Houston at Dallas. Again, I said this about Dallas. A weak team that goes into Dallas, that's a hornet's nest. You have no shot. You have no shot. I'm not saying that Houston would win at home, but they at least have a shot. It probably wouldn't be a 17-point spread. 17 points, that's a college spread.
That's a ton of
I'm not
points.
touching that game because you never know, but I do think Dallas wins fairly easily.
Yes, but the 17 points anywhere in the NFL is tough to swallow.
Let's go with the Ravens at the Steelers. This is in Pittsburgh. I'll go take Pittsburgh because I think Tyler Huntley's going to start for the Ravens. And not that I think the gap between him and Lamar is that big, but I think when you're playing a good defense, especially one that's tough on inexperienced quarterbacks, that's where I run into some trouble.
A little bit
picking
of disaster
Tyler Huntley.
there.
Right. We know what Tomlin's record is and that defense's record is against inexperienced quarterbacks, so I'll take the Steelers at home.
I like the Steelers too. If this was away in Baltimore, I'd have to think about it for a while. And the Steelers defense plays incredibly well at home. And I think TJ Watt should start to get back to his normal self. He hasn't recorded a sack yet since he came back from surgery.
He had that pick against Burrow. He's still impacting the game.
Yeah. He just needs to. We need to get some more quarterback pressures.
Yeah, I'm with that. Browns at the Bengals. We're both going to take the Bengals here. I think they might be the best team in football right now. What they're able to do on the ground that complements Joe Burrow has been really impressive.
Yeah, to supplement that passing game with something to break it up. I mean, you can't let NFL defenses just run after Burrow all day because their offensive line isn't built to take that either, though.
I agree. All right, let's go with the Jets at the Bills. I think we're both going to take the Bills here. Jets are fine, but do I trust Mike White to go into Buffalo? That's a tough spot.
Yeah.
In Buffalo? I don't know.
In front of Bills Mafia, you're a very inexperienced quarterback playing a defensive head coach in Brian Daboll. Like, it's going to get...
The Bills have won, I think, 3 straight. They're starting to roll a little bit, so we'll go with take the Bills here. How about the Jaguars at the Titans? So this is going to take us to our second bet. First of all, we're both going to take the Titans here. Also, the Titans minus 3.5, I think is the play, right? I mean, good teams and well-coached teams that get humiliated always come out with a fire under them. And I think Jacksonville also got humiliated, but I don't think they're as talented, and I don't think they're as well coached. I think that's the difference.
Definitely not as well coached.
And so I think Vrabel's intensity off that sort of loss is gonna outmatch Jacksonville a little bit, to be quite honest with you. I think they're more of a finesse team, and I think the physicality and the anger that they're going to play with is just going to totally outmatch Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, let's go with Kansas City at Denver. That's a no-brainer. We're both going to take Kansas City.
Show me what Denver does well.
Nothing.
Anything.
Nothing. They don't do anything well. Well, I mean, their defense is good, but that's it. And that's not going to matter against Kansas City because they're going to get there. They're going to get their 30, and that's it.
Yeah, their defense is decent. That's as much praise as I'll give them.
All right, here's one of our splits. Tampa Bay at San Francisco. So you're going to go ahead and take Tom in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
I would assume because you don't know how you feel about Brock Purdy.
Think Brock Purdy's beating Tom Brady?
I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to take Brock Purdy to beat Tom Brady. I'm not sure how good I feel about it, but I'm going to roll with it. But I will say, though, this is another one of our bets. I think Tampa Bay plus 3.5 has good value. Although I like San Francisco, I think Tampa Bay getting points, that's pretty good. And I think if San Francisco... Yeah, I mean, you like them outright, but I think plus 3.5. Even if they don't win, I think they keep it close enough. Lose by 2-3 points.
Yep.
So I think that's a decent bet. So that's our third bet. Tampa plus 3.5.
I mean, by all means, Tom Brady's not going to get blown out by a rookie quarterback by Mr. Irrelevant. So
I don't think so. Panthers at the Seahawks. We're both going to take Seattle. This is our fourth bet here. Seattle minus 3.5 versus Carolina. I just think they're a better team.
Yeah.
I mean, who's starting this week for Carolina? Is it P.J. Walker? Is it Sam Darnold? I honestly have no idea.
I think it's Sam Darnold. I think he's going to probably ride it out, but I'm not.
I really have no idea.
Either way,
I don't think it matters. That's my point. That's my. So I think minus 3.5 versus Carolina. I think they win by about a touchdown.
Yeah.
Another one of our splits here: Chargers hosting the Dolphins. I'm going to go ahead and take the Dolphins. You're going to take the Chargers.
Yeah.
Look, I just think. Look. It's Brandon Staley's defensive head coach. Their defense is terrible. It's not good. And you have Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson, and they can't generate a pass rush or stop anyone on the back end. And how are you going to expect, first of all, they've always been awful against the run the last 5 years, so they can't stop the run. And we know that play action in Miami is deadly. And so if you can't cover normally, let alone on play action, I don't know how you're going to deal with the Dolphins.
I mean, I just like Jay Herb. And I think this is going to be a huge coaching matchup, though.
I think so, too. And I don't think Brandon Staley's a better coach.
I don't think so either, but I think it's going to be super competitive. And I think there's more talent in the
you think there's more talent in L.A.?
In the quarterbacks.
Certainly in the quarterbacks.
And I'm going to ride with the best quarterback here. I'm going to go Jay Herb and the Chargers.
This is our fifth and final bet as well. We're going to sweat the over on 52.5. It's a primetime game, and primetime unders have been
could be a shootout.
Smacking, but there's no defense on either team here. So I think 52.5, we'll sweat it together. Hopefully it hits. And finally, Monday Night Football, we are also split on this one. You'll take the Cardinals at home. I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots to come in. First of all, I don't know the health of Kyler, so that's a concern for me. And also, look, Mac Jones has looked at least a little bit better the last couple weeks. Last week he was barking. That's fine. Again, good coaches off a kind of accumulating experience, right? Your quarterback's barking at you a little bit. Might bring a little extra fire. I'm just going to roll with a better defense. I don't feel great about the pick. One of those where I got to try to be different and steal an edge here to kind of put you away in the prediction standings. So that's kind of the point of that pick. But I could see that going either way. It's a 1.5 game towards the Cardinals. That's a coin flip for me. I'll flip the coin and land on the Patriots. That's about it.
I like the Cards if they can actually play some, good offensive football and not kind of just sit back on their heels and struggle to get things going.
That's a lot to hope for, man.
Oh, I know, but I think they have if there's like 5 or 6 teams in the league that I think could scheme to beat Bill Belichick just by doing crazy things like Kyler and the Cardinals can do.
You think it's okay? That's
and I think that's one of the teams. If if he can play his game.
That's valid. So let's run back through our bets. We got the Vikings plus 114 on the money line. The Titans minus 3.5 versus Jacksonville. Tampa plus 3.5 at San Fran. Seattle minus 3.5 versus Carolina. And the over on 52.5 in the Chargers-Dolphins game on Sunday Night Football. So those are our 5 bets on a budget. And we have our 3 splits. So we'll see who gets the dub this week.
Yeah.